Hey, hi, how are you? I'm JadeFox Unfiltered, and welcome back, JDX. Ooh, child. I know y'all see the title, and I know you see the mess going on, okay? Not sure what I want to get into first. Like, when D kept saying, you know, that Paris was a ... y'all all know what ... means, and just had just some weird fixation with children. I mean, I guess I could believe it or whatever, but you know, you needed more proof or whatever. But okay, let's what do I want to get into first? Okay, the violence against, you know, women, like that's kind of one of the reasons why we don't, me and other women or whatever, don't really want to accept like trans dudes like into our shit, because it's still a lot of shit that they don't understand about being a woman. Like Paris is like really trying to fight, like really trying to physically harm and have a fist fight with Mink Mob Dyl. Listen.
You scary ass bitch or say Billy. You a nigga, bitch. Talk to your balls, bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, and he also said, and for the sake of editing time, I don't even want to go nab it from his page. He was saying shit like, oh yeah, you know, while he was in high school, you know, before he dropped out, because transsexual Paris Harley is a dropout. And he looked the fuck crazy with that welfare bush in high school. Anyway, so he was just basically like, yeah, I used to fight every week. Or I got kicked out like every 2 weeks for fighting. I fought a lot in high school. I fought a lot in high school. So what I want to know is, what were you fighting in high school, Paris? Looking like this, you know? Were you already abusing women in high school? Or were you fighting men? Even still, like, let's say it was men or whatever. So you claim you fight so well and you beat men up every week. Why do you think it's okay for you to have a physical fight against a woman? Like, our bodies is, I know you're 5'3" or whatever, but your bodies are not made like ours. You know what I mean? Like, you got like still got cocky boy arms with a hump in it like a gremlin, like I said. And I mean, and you have all this experience fighting men. Like, no. I know, you know, you got some type of, I don't even know what it's called. Like, where he really going through an identity crisis. He really believes, that's why he won't admit it. I mean, his jig is up. He just will not admit that he's a boy. But he just don't want to be one. Like, I think he really believes in his head at this point that he is a female. So, you know, a lot of transgender types, they are privy, they want to be privy to being an actual woman. They're not doing it like, you'll think, okay, well, we accept them into the community, but they're still gonna, adhere to shit that's obvious. Like, they're still gonna know, even though they're like 6'10", cocky, and they're trans, that a fair fight up against another woman is not fair or whatever. Like, I mean, he's really trying to fight D. And so that's a reason why a lot of trans men, because they're men, like a lot of these trans men or whatever, that's why a lot of them like are getting beat up or getting assaulted, and they're trying to put that shit on us real women because of shit like this. Like, he really thinks that D should actually go and fight, go fight Zolo. He really don't know the difference. Like, what else could D do? You see what I mean? Like, when he said what he said about D's son, okay, so D, it wasn't Zolo's turn that next day. It was somebody else, and then she immediately got back to Zolo. So, I mean, and then outed him, did all kind of shit, did what D does. So what else is there left but for them to have a physical altercation? He really don't understand why D just don't go find this prison, that went to jail for all kind of stuff. Why they don't go square up? Like, he really is crazy. But I mean, no, honey. And then that's, like I said, that's another reason why there's a lot of violence against, extracted against like trans men or whatever, because they'll get about to shot themselves. They'll do stuff like that. So other men will see them attack women, and that the other men will intervene. Like, when they were in the live, another man intervened. Listen.
But you a man. You a man.
DJ, dog. DJ, let them go. DJ, don't do that.
Who the fuck you think you talking to? I'm not the motherfucking one. Nobody play with me. I don't give a fuck.
You are
Nigga, say Dylan.
Good. You feel good
Say
about
Dylan.
name you pedophile?
Somebody said that someone's gonna play your son, and you didn't do nothing about it. And you came at a...
Yeah. The guy, and he wasn't the only one. The guy said, you're a whole nigga. They're like, yeah, pull up. I want to fight. I want to fight. He was like, you're a whole nigga. And then you see how mad he got. Like, you're a dude, Paris. Like, our men, you know, those, you know, straight and DL dudes that y'all love and protect. They love and protect us. Even if they put us through certain stupid shit, nobody wants to see no cross-dressing type man beating on their sister, beating on their baby mama, beating on their mom, cousin, beating on no female. They don't give a shit what type of female clothes they have on. That guy did not even know D or whatever. And he wasn't the only one, because if you would have saw the comments, so many other men and people were just like, they were like, what? They were like, no, you're a dude, you're a dude, you're a dude. And every time he was called a dude, he got madder and madder and madder. Okay. So D was sent something like a text from, you know, Big Sir or whatever. It didn't come from, well, some of them came from Paris's mother's phone, and some of them, you know, other ones came from, you know, from Paris himself. You know what I'm saying? All he did was just go get a burner phone. Make sure, because see, with those burner phones, you could put any area code that you want. Because he's like, oh, that's from Michigan. So of course he's gonna do a Michigan number to make it look like that. But you could be in Timbuktu and put Wonka Tonkwa. So that proves nothing. So nobody's gonna sit there and do all that dumb shit from their real phone. I know I wouldn't. Okay. So he started saying what he's always wanted to say to D. You know, a lot of times when those types, they get mad. And I said in a previous video, they will say the most hurtful shit that they can find. They will say it's like no holds barred, and then go run and hide their hands when you talk about that big ass, hanging ass, musty ass dick between Paris's legs. So Paris kept saying, yes, you know, your son is being, you know, harmed, molested or whatever by a preacher, basically saying some of the same things Zolo said, you know, men think alike, you know what I mean? So said all that on nasty shit, and then, you know, was texting him. And the verbiage that was used was consistent of like the way that Paris talks. Like, not too many people use the word hoe anymore. Like, whatever hoe, Paris uses it a lot in excess. You know what I'm saying? And he put in the thing, he kept putting save Dylan, save Dylan, save Dylan. He put it like 7 times in just one section. I got the whole text transaction. It's lousy. He just kept saying save Dylan, save Dylan, save Dylan, save Dylan, save Dylan. And so listening every clip that I play, he's saying the exact same shit. He's like, save Dylan, right? So, you know, of course, you know, D was like, you sent that text message, you know you did. So basically, a lot of times what Paris will do, he'll admit certain shit without admitting and like playing around, like the whole thing about him being a dude. Like, he don't want to admit that. I mean, he's conflicted by that. But so he basically just says he okays the shit. He's basically saying, well, if I did, I can say whatever I want. If I said it, that is some disgusting shit to say. Like, you're not a mother. You'll never be a mother or whatever. Like, you don't have women instincts. And this is why you guys are not us, and you should not be called us. Real women would understand. You men, you and Zolo, y'all are the ones that are basically like, okay, we can say this shit. No woman has said that to D, I don't think, or whatever. And so, yeah, said I can say whatever.
I didn't send them text messages, but if I did, so what? I wouldn't care. I can say whatever I want to you because you've been playing with my family all year.
Right. So he says he can basically say whatever or whatever. And just the disgusting stuff that he repeated. He's repeated it several times. Like, look at what he said. This is the most disgusting shit. Even if Zolo said whatever, why would you repeat? Who would repeat that? And this is y'all's fave, y'all's king or whatever. But listen.
On this internet, that fucking rammed in your child ass, and your scary punk ass didn't do shit about it, and it wasn't me. You scary bitch. Say it again.
Say it again.
His mom is a pussy hoe.
He said, you heard it again.
Right. Did y'all hear that? And it was save Dylan, save Dylan. I mean, he just, I mean, that was disgusting. And he said something similar to that many times. He keeps saying that. Like he said it on the phone to D. I mean, on the text, and he keeps saying it. And that is the most disgusting shit ever. Okay? And so listen to this.
Me all the time, bitch. She said you a dick eating nigga.
Go save your son, you scary pussy asshole. Go save your son. My mama on my line, bitch.
You
my
mad?
family fuck with me, bitch. You ain't on the phone with nothing. You need to get on the phone with the police to save your son. But you so worried. Scary ass bitch.
Okay. So that ties into that text message, does it not? Because, okay, Zolo said words. All Zolo said was words, and so they weren't even heinous enough to get kicked off of YouTube or to get the video taken down. It wasn't even against YouTube policy, so you know it's not illegal what he said. There's only a few things that's illegal, and that would be a preacher molesting your son. So that's what he said, call the cops on. Like he was starting to basically like tell on himself again or whatever, because he slipped and said, because like I said, he was alluding to the conversation that they had previous when he was saying all that shit about preachers molesting D's son. So he forgot, he was, like I said, making a reference to that and not the part where Zolo said whatever, because like I said, you don't go to jail for that. He needs to call that, D would need help with law enforcement for that. He would need saving from that. He would need saving from a preacher molesting him. That's what you would need a cop for. And he slipped and he said that or whatever. He slipped and he said that. So that's definite proof that, yeah, like he was doing that. And like I said, y'all see the verbiage that's used and you see all the other stuff that's that was used. It's consistent with Paris. Like I said, ask him what else why would she need a cop? Why would she need a cop? She would need a cop because of your previous conversation. And so after that, and then he said a lot of other shit, like something else he said that was just stupid as hell. He was like saying that, okay, well, D need to buy him a PS5. Y'all listen to this crazy shit.
And buy him a PS5 so he can stop going over to grandma's house so he can play a PS5. Since you want to talk so much cash, how come your son don't have his own PS5 at his own house? But you got so didn't Wig send you $700? Why didn't you use that? You know, you got so much money, you didn't even need the money. Why didn't you take that $700 and buy your son a PS5?
Transsexual Paris Harley. I know you lying. First of all, Dylan has many like systems and shit like that or whatever. So the reason why his PlayStation is at grandma's is because his Xbox and everything else is over at his main house. Like he has several toys, and you know, Dylan tends to go get out into nature and he's in extracurricular activities. Very well taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So, not like that shitty childhood that you had or whatever, where you claim you had this big old house and all this other stuff. You know, you just like trying to manifest old shit, like trying to manifest a childhood that you wanted. But either way, one thing I can say is like your family is more so giving like broke vibes, because you just did a video where you took your nephew to the damn to the store, and you basically said, because I don't want to put kids on my channel, you basically had him in the store, and you were basically, you said something like, oh, and you had to tape this. It's like, oh, here, is that your favorite? Oh, you want that over there? Okay. And he was like, yeah, that's my favorite. That's your favorite. Oh, yeah. And you proceeded to buy him a cheap $19 fucking cheap ass Tonka toy, but you want D to take some money that you say he gave Keisha to buy a PlayStation when you buying $20 toys and you don't even probably live in the same city and you the the wait on. Like, that is weird as hell to me. So keep in mind, Keisha very much pays you. Keisha and those several fucking stupid ass call centers you have to work at to pay. You know what I'm saying? So why don't you take the money Keisha gave you and buy that boy a proper gift? But I wish he was my nephew, because baby, my nieces, nephews, godchildren, any children associated with me, they cannot relate. Like, they cannot relate at all. And y'all, it was a situation where I was just in the store. Like, my niece was in the store with her aunt. Like, one of us is on the daddy side, one of us is on the mama side, or whatever, right? So I see them. I was like, hey. And so, you know, my niece has money, you know, has allowance, you know, wouldn't get excited for a $20 toy. So my niece was buying one thing, but she wanted two things. And, you know, she wanted to, you know, save money. So she was like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy that. And so before I could say, okay, well, I'll buy that one because I know you want both, the other aunt jumped in and said it. And so she was like, oh, no, you don't have to do it. I have one, but I wanted another one, you know, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, hold up. When I take you out, you don't want her to buy you this and that. When I take you and your siblings out, y'all literally grab everything in the store. Like, literally grab this. You would have grabbed that. First of all, you would have told me you had the money. You would have grabbed this, that, and that. And then your brothers and them would have grabbed that, and y'all would have asked for my platinum card. But you don't want that. What the hell? I feel like I'm you, and they not. Why I gotta be that? So no, like, I wish I could buy that's why I said, oh, I wish Landon was my nephew, just because I could buy him cheap shit. Like, I wish, you know, he was. No, mine would never. They want expensive shit. They want $1,200 phones and ain't number 5 and shit like that. I gotta buy that. So you was excited over that shit. That shows that you came from a trash family. And the fact that you had to tape it, you thought that buying him a $20 cheap ass Target toy was late breaking news. You're doing like a baby daddy, like a old broke baby daddy that never do nothing. And so when they do something, they're gonna tape it. They'll be like, they'll hype it up like, yeah, you know, my kids, I took them to McDonald's. I got them some, here you go. Y'all, you like that? That's your favorite? That's your favorite? In the clothes that your mama bought you, but that's your favorite? Oh, see, I bought them all McDonald's. Real dads do real stuff. That was not late breaking. And that shows just how trifling and trashy and tacky and low class you are to actually put a fucking camera in a little boy's face because you bought him a cheap ass $20 toy. So please stay in your motherfucking lane, sir. Like, you know nothing about being an aunt. You are an uncle. You are an uncle or whatever. So, I mean, and I guess in, you know, his defense, like, uncles don't usually do as much as aunts. So he probably was like, okay, I'm happy with this. And that's why you were happy with that. You have no motherly instincts, no womanly instincts, no nothing. Like, you're just trash. And I think it's just really trash how you did that. Like, that is bad. I know they say no holds barred, but what is your obsession with people's children? Like, why do you keep bringing to light what Zolo said? What Zolo said is so disgusting, it should not have been repeated, and you have repeated it several times. Like, you are, like, real bottom of the barrel. But, I mean, I expected nothing from you. You know, like I said, you come from a trashy family. They're all tacky. No, you did not have no money because you don't give money vibes. You don't give like you've always had it. You know what I'm saying? And, like, her family, they've always had it. I definitely have always had it. Like, we've always had it. Like, we didn't live in what the fuck your mom's living in. So no, that was just another example of why we will never accept trans people. Never call you guys, I mean, accept you. Yes, we accept you. That's not what I meant. Never refer to you as women, not accept you as women. There are clear differences that you're not aware of. You cannot have a physical fight with a woman. We have ovaries. We have stuff that make us weaker than you. You cannot fight us. You cannot do that. And if some man see you beating up D or see you fighting D, they will go mess you up. And FYI, you probably could fight me though, but I really know how to fight. But then, like I said, I was a stud and everything. So, I mean, it's like you'll be fighting another boy, but I still shouldn't fight you either. But, yeah, I had to bring awareness to that. And if y'all still support this nasty. I mean, but y'all will, because like I said, y'all are Keisha haters. Y'all don't give a shit what happens. Y'all don't care like who it is y'all follow, as long as it's somebody stalking Keisha. But have you done it? Have you been able to do it in peace for a while? Like you haven't. Like the majority of your platform is you getting kicked off the platform, or you're fighting strikes and you getting aired out and you getting dragged, and they typing in your name, and my videos are up calling you the transsexual, bringing awareness to the transsexual that you are. So when you type in Paris's name, now everybody in the world knows that Paris Harley ain't no motherfucking girl. And you hate that. And you hate yourself. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I got something else I have to do. I just wanted to bring awareness to that. Thank you, JadeFox, so much for watching. And oh, shout out to Mink Mob Dyl. Girl, you're going to get through this. I mean, well, you ain't going through nothing. We was just on the phone laughing and joking. We laughing at this shit. But I'm probably more mad than you. But no, you're more disgusted than I am. I'm disgusted and mad. But you like, I guess you got kind of used to it or whatever. But anyway, yeah, so bye, girl hands. Girl hands.